I think the best way to welcome a group of miners from around the world is to say how much we love the mining industry and how much we love to hate the companies who run it.
There has indeed been a commodity boom all around the world. Unfortunately, that did not mean that mine workers benefited from it.
It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter which company you work for. Bosses have got one similarity. They are lazy to do the dirty work. They are stingy to pay the workers better. And they are cruel to those who make them rich. That should be what is binding us to work together. Solidarity is the only weapon at our disposal.
It's important to be here in terms of mine workers gathering. The intention is to network. The intention is to drive our campaigns to deal with these mine bosses which are anti-unions, which are basically hampering in terms of rights of workers and not treating workers with dignity they deserve.
We're involved right now in some major campaigns, some major confrontations with huge global mining companies like Rio Tinto and Vale and others. And these companies, they play an important role in Canada, but they're global companies. Vale is a Brazilian company, Rio Tinto is an Australian company. They produce all over the world, and there's no way that we can fight those companies in one country alone.
I'd like to acknowledge all the unions here and all the visitors from overseas. I'm a very proud life member of the Australian Workers Union. So we have a Labor government who's imposed a new mining resources rent tax on the mining industry. This has caused a massive, this will be one of the, we need more of you in the gallery in Parliament. We're using the benefits of the mining rent resource tax to decrease the tax rate for small business from 30%, which is the corporate tax rate in Australia, to 29%. We're also doing it to allow more money to be put aside in workers' savings.
In the multinational company, those who are working in Bangladesh, they are not allowing trade union. This is the main impediment for the workers, and this is the main challenge.
I want the industry all to become a strong campaigning organization that will fight aggressively any company or government that tries to deprive a worker from his or her basic right of joining a union, getting to protection of collective agreement, and fighting for his and her interests.
We need, as mining trade unions, to come together, find out our issues that we have, our opportunities that we have, the threats that we have within our companies or our employers, solve these issues together, work these issues together.
Amandla, power to the workers.
We had three of our members from my local, one from Thompson, local 6166, that died in a short period of 7 months. So very unacceptable that this happens in Canada, unacceptable that because of the health and safety policies that we have, that shouldn't be happening, but it just shows you the disregard for workers when we have big corporate companies like Vale that come into our countries and try to change all our working conditions and our health and safety policies.
The message that I want to send from the Australian Union movement to all the comrades joining us here today is that your struggle is our struggle. We face the same issues. Increasingly, we face them from the same companies, whether they're here in the Asia Pacific, or in Africa, or in Europe, or in the Americas. And that's why meetings such as these are so important. We've got to be organised locally and globally to be able to defend the conditions that we've won and to advance them and share them with working people around the world.
Well, the big fight at Rio Tinto, for example, right now is that the company basically wants to replace permanent full-time employees who make a good wage, that can support their families, that give back a lot to their communities, with subcontractors, and they want to cut the wages in half. And not only that, but take away the power of the organized working people in their union.